This your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, talking about NBA for all my round ball fans out there, man. This video here, I've been doing videos talking about each division, breaking them down, things like that. The preview, the outlook for each team in each division, and for this video here, we talking about the Central Division in the Eastern Conference. I think from top to bottom, probably the strongest overall division in the NBA, in my opinion. Obviously, it's got the NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers in it. You have the Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers, Chicago Bulls, and the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I mean? So we'll jump right into it. How I got it playing out is I got the Milwaukee Bucks finishing last in the division. I mean, it seems like just a few years ago, the Milwaukee Bucks were a team in the East that was on the rise. They were on the come up, and they were going to be a force over the next few years. They had that was it a 6-round playoff series against the Chicago Bulls in 2013, 14, something like that. Anyway, and since then it seems like it's just been downhill. And that's how, and that it's gonna be the same thing this year. I think I like Giannis. You guys know I'm not good with the Greek Freak. I like him. Jabari Parker, Chris Middleton, but I'm hearing Chris Middleton could be out for about 6 months, basically the whole year. With the was it the hamstring or calf injury? One of the two, but he's out. They pick up Matthew Dellavedova from the Cavaliers as a point guard. I like Dellavedova's toughness, his grittiness on defense. I don't think Dellavedova is a starting point guard in the NBA over an 82-game season. He's played well. He plays well in spurts. You know what I mean? Just hasn't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? I got to see it. And Greg Monroe, he hasn't really. He's been okay. I think the Milwaukee was expecting more. He's been okay. I just don't think they're good enough to make the play, especially with Chris Middleton. Now they get Chris Middleton back, the Greek Freak, Jabari Parker. That's something you can build on. I like that. I definitely like that. Just that with Middleton being out, Greek Freak and the Jabari, they're young. They haven't get on my back and let's carry them. They haven't really, have much experience doing that just yet. But I've got them out of the playoffs, man. It's just over the last few years, it's like the Milwaukee Bucks, their culture has just not really the culture, just the expectations have changed. I thought they were going to be on the rise, and now they're not a playoff team at all. In my opinion, I just think offensive point guard production from the point guard position, and the injury to Chris Middleton, I think that's just going to be too much for the Bucks to overcome this year. I don't got them in the playoffs. I think last year they won, I believe, 33 games. I think this year I got them winning about 30, probably somewhere in the 20s, maybe anywhere from maybe 28 to 33. Yeah, especially in this division. This division is strong, in my opinion. So I got them finishing last. Surprisingly, I guess maybe surprising, I don't know, I forgot Chicago Bulls finishing 4th. Some people are higher on the Bulls than I am. I think the Bulls are a playoff team. They lose D Rose, Joakim Noah, but they get Rondo, D Wade, Michael Carter Williams to go along with Jimmy Butler. I just think I don't think Dwayne Wade is going to play 82 games. His knees and his health, I don't think he's going to play. I'd be surprised if he did. And with that being said, Jimmy Butler is a player, talented player, seemed to be on the rise. I don't think Jimmy B is the kind of player, okay, get on my back and I can carry you like a Westbrook did. I don't think he's that. Solid player, don't get me wrong. I just think there's going to be times where they're going to struggle offensively. I think they need to upgrade their 4 and 5 spot, especially offensively. Taj Gibson, his name has already come up in trade talks, trade rumors. Brook Lopez, he can get a few offensive rebounds here and there, a lob, something like that. But I think they're going to have to make a move, I think. I think they'll be in the playoffs. but trying to make a deep playoff run to the conference finals. the 4 and 5 spot offensively is not good enough in my opinion. I almost put them third. I almost put the Bulls third. I just think they're fourth. I think a lot is riding on D Wade's health. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if Jimmy B, because I don't think D Wade's going to play 82 games. I just don't. And his age and his knees and things like that. Not saying he's a scrub player. Just, you know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just haven't. If D Wade misses 15 or 20 games, something like that, can Jimmy carry the load? You know what I mean? Because Rondo's not really a scoring threat. You know, they got Mirotic, things like that can kind of scratch the floor. Jimmy can kind of scratch the floor. I don't see enough offensive punch. You know, but I still got him in the playoffs, though. I still got him in the playoffs, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can really say about the Bulls. I think they'll be in the playoffs. They'll probably lose in the first round. Will they make the playoffs, though? I got them in. I got them in. I think a lot is riding on D Wade's his health. And if he's not healthy enough, maybe Jimmy B breaks out this year and he does carry the team. You know what I mean? While D Wade is down and carry him to the playoffs. I don't know. There's just a lot of question marks with the Bulls. You know, I think they won like 42 games last year. I think they'll win about 44 games this year, maybe 43, might be 42 again. In that, no more than 44. I don't think they'll win no more than 44, especially in the Central Division. It's some good teams in the Central. I think they'll be in. They'll lose in the first round. You know, I don't see enough offensive punch there. Would it completely shock me if they don't get in? Yeah, I mean, no, that won't surprise me at all. But I got the Bulls finishing fourth. Third, I got the Detroit Pistons. I thought about putting the Pistons fourth and the Bulls third. I just think with the Pistons, the experience they had from last year, getting to the playoffs, you know what I mean, played the Cavaliers tough. You know, I think the Bulls have star players, Wade, Rondo, Jimmy Butler, you know what I mean, more household noticeable names. I just think the Pistons have a just overall better team, in my opinion. You know, good solid coach, you know what I mean, things like that. But I got the Pistons finishing third in the Central Division. Andre Drummond had a good year last year. I think he averaged 16 and 15. Nice. I think his first All-Star appearance. I think Andre Drummond's only 23 years old. This guy's young, man. But Andre Drummond do stay out of dunk contests. No more dunk contests for Andre Drummond. Just don't do that. But he had a good year, man. Hopefully he can build off that, get that experience. You know what I mean? The playoff experience from last year. Have that hunger. You know, Reggie Jackson had a good. I think Reggie Jackson, I believe his points and assist numbers have improved every year since he's been in the league. You know, he was kind of overshadowed. Not kind of, he was overshadowed with Russell Westbrook at point guard in OKC, Kevin Durant, and now he's in Detroit. Build off that experience, man. He had a solid year last year. Just build off that, you know. I like Stanley Johnson, the rookie. There were times in the first round playoff series last year against the Cavaliers where Stanley Johnson played some pretty solid defense on LeBron. Don't go crazy on me in the comment section. I'm not saying he shut him down, but he played because he's 6'7", about 250. You know, pretty good athlete. The Pistons are the one team that can if they were to meet in the playoffs again, that can keep throwing fresh bodies at LeBron. Stanley Johnson, a Tobias Harris, a Marcus Morris. The thing is, can a Caldwell-Pope, Tobias Harris, Stanley Johnson, Marcus Morris, can those four guys contribute enough offensively around Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson? Because that was kind of the issue in the playoffs last year. Scoring and primarily three-point shooting. You know, that was kind of their Achilles heel. But if they can do that, you know what I mean, they're already a physical team, good coach, just shooting and scoring. You know what I mean? They're a solid team though. They're a solid team. I think they won 44 games last year. Pretty good. I think this year they'll win about 47. I think they'll win about 47 games, man. I'm basing this off. I think those guys, the Tobias Harris and the Stanley Johnson, those guys, I think they'll improve offensively. I got the Pistons winning 47 games. Man, this is a good division, the Central Division. But second, I got the Indiana Pacers. I really like the Pacers. I really like their roster. I think they probably had, in my opinion, the second best offseason. Only to the Golden State Warriors, because they got one guy, Kevin Durant. Hey, I think they had the second best offseason. I love Jeff Teague over George Hill at the point guard spot. Not saying George Hill is terrible. It's just he doesn't really give you a lot of scoring. Jeff Teague can do that, and he's going to give you about 15 points, maybe about 6 assists. Where George Hill just he doesn't. His talent level, he peaked. He wasn't going to get much from him. And a good serviceable point guard, doesn't really turn the ball over, can run an offense. He's a system kind of guy. He's not create. Jeff Teague, he's shown the talent to be able to create his own shot and create for others. And this I just like the Pacers roster. You got Miles Turner, who had a good rookie year last year. I think he missed some games with the injury, but he's on the rise, man. A very good athletic big man at center. They bring in Big Al Jefferson. I think he's not going to be asked to carry the load kind of how he was at Utah and Charlotte. I think he's probably going to come off the bench. And he can provide, when the game gets grinded out, slow it down, he can come off the bench and provide some scoring spark, get some rebounds. But I think the key pickup was Thaddeus Young. And the reason why Thaddeus Young was huge for the Pacers, because it allows Paul George, PG-13, to slide back to his natural position, which is small forward, the 3 spot. And Thaddeus Young can guard a Kevin Love if they were to meet the Cavaliers in the playoffs. He can guard him on the low post, and he can guard him out on the perimeter, and he's a better athlete. So I love the Pacers, man. I really like the Pacers, man. I mean, Paul George could be a dark horse to win MVP. I mean, he could be a dark horse to win MVP. I think his assist numbers are gonna go up because he's got scoring around him. I remember Paul George. I think it's the 2013 East Finals. He was at the top of the key against LeBron. He went right to left between the legs, and he did a hesitation move on LeBron. And he dribbled left down in Miami, and he dunked all over Birdman, Chris Anderson. I was like, who is, you gotta know the play I'm talking about. Dunked all over Chris Birdman. And I was like, who is this Paul George guy? Who is this guy? Whatever, Fresno State, I believe he came out of. But I think Paul George he's gonna break, man. He's gonna have a big year. I think his assist numbers are gonna go up. I think he's gonna be more efficient now. He's gonna get some easier shots. You know what I mean? And man, I think a dark horse MVP type. And I think it's only really 2 teams I see that can beat the Cavaliers in the East, in my opinion, and it's the Pacers and the Pistons. The Pistons, if they can they can shoot and score. The Pacers, they match up well. They match up well against the Cavaliers, especially the starting 5, in my opinion. I haven't even mentioned Monte Ellis. He can still provide, he can get hot here and there and provide a scoring spark, shoot the 3, tap the basket, get to the rim, things like that. I really like this Pacers team, man. I really do. I think the Pacers could be, this year, the Pacers could be last year's Toronto Raptors. They're the ones that's pushing the Cavaliers for the number 1 seed, in my opinion. I think the Pacers, they took the Raptors to 7 games in the first round. And I believe after the series, Dwayne Casey, the Raptors head coach, said Paul George reminds me of a young Kobe. He's that talented, man. That skilled, that talented. Can do it all. I like Paul George. I do. I really like the Pacers. I really like the Indiana Pacers. I think they had a great offseason, man. I really do. Because even back then when the Pacers kept losing to Miami, now Paul George finally has scoring around him. Because that was their Achilles heel with David West and Roy Hibbert and Lance Stevenson and George Hill. They didn't really have a lot of scoring punch. They could go half a quarter or 3, 4, 5 minutes without really only scoring about 8 points, something like that. So they won 45 games last year. I'm high on the Pacers. I think they're gonna win 55 games. 55 games? Are you crazy, real McCoy? I think they're gonna win 55 games. I mean, I think the Raptors won 56, like 1 game short of time the Cavaliers. I think the Pacers are gonna be that team this year. I got them winning 55 games, man. I thought about putting them #1 seed in the East. I know I'm crazy. I know it. I thought about it, but I got them probably just under the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. But I still got the Cavaliers winning the division. They got LeBron, in my opinion, still the best basketball player in the world. For them, it's all about, even if they don't get #1 seed, they just proved in the NBA Finals they can win Game 7 on the road. So if the Pacers do get home court, or the Celtics, or the Raptors, can they go into Indiana and win a Game 7 on the road? Absolutely. So for the Cavaliers, it's all about playoffs. Now, I don't know who's the backup point guard is going to be. They lost Dellavedova. They try to do a buyout with Mo Williams. They're trying to trade him. They're trying to trade Shumpert. They had the $54 million luxury tax they had to pay. Dan Gilbert had to pay in the offseason. They're going to go over the salary cap again this year. That huge payroll. They just gave J.R. Smith the extension. They're trying to trade him on Shumpert. They got a lot going on for a team that just won the championship, I don't think the #1 seed is a top priority for LeBron. You know what I mean? It's all about playoffs, getting to the finals. That's winning champ. That's the mentality that this team has. It's all about the chip. That's it. #1 seed would be great. If not, we can go in your building and beat you. The backup point guard is a little concerning. Maybe Jordan McRae. I think Kay Felder. He got drafted, I think, by the Hawks in the 2nd round. I think the next day he got traded to the Cavaliers, I think for cash or something like that. But I don't know what they're gonna do with the backup point guard. I know they got this huge payroll, and Dan Gilbert is forking out a lot of money, but it makes it all worth it if you're winning championships. I mean, $54 million luxury tax, a check he had to write to the NBA. That's a lot of money, man. They got some big contracts on the books. Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson. I'm not really including LeBron and Kyrie because they deserve that. But I mean, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson. If you're not winning the chip, man, those are big contracts there. But it's all about the playoffs for the Cavaliers. I mean, I don't think they'll drop down to a 6 seed and anything like that. At a bare minimum, there'll be at least a 3 worst case scenario. But I still got a #1 seed in the East, man. It's all about playoffs. It's all about the chip. That's it for them. You know what I mean? Regular season, I say it doesn't matter. Regular season is okay. Just fine tune some things. Let's get sharp, build some chemistry here. And once we get in the playoffs, we'll turn it up a notch and we'll really take off. So I think they won 57 games last year. I don't see them being. I think the most they'll probably be 57 again this year. I think LeBron's going to play less minutes. I think Kyrie Irving's probably going to take some MVP votes away from LeBron. I think Kyrie's going to have a big year. But anyway, that's another video. I think they won 57 games last year. I think they'll win by 56, maybe even 55. I think the Pacers are going to be right there with them, in my opinion. I think they'll be 1 game better than the Pacers like they were last year, 1 game better than the Raptors. But it's all about the playoffs for the Cavaliers, So anyway, this video is getting really long, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. I got the Milwaukee Bucks, who I were high on, had a lot of expectations and potential for this team, but they're kind of falling off the whole franchise and organization. I got them finishing last. The Bulls, I don't know. I don't know with the Bulls. I got them in. They could miss. I don't know. The Pistons have a lot of potential. Just offense is their issue. Can you shoot? Can you spread the floor, scratch the floor to 3, and can you do enough offensive scoring punch? Can you do that? I got them finishing 3rd. I like the Pacers. I really like this Indiana Pacers team. I like their offseason. I like this roster. You know what I mean? They got a bona fide superstar in Paul George. I like it. And the Cavaliers. I got the Cavaliers winning the division. And let me know what you guys think. That's how I see it playing out, man. This video is getting long and ready for the season to start, man. It's going to be real soon. And this your boy, The Real McCoy. All my round ball fans, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And I'm out, man. Peace.